everyone. This is Chorus Landfather, and this afternoon we will have an entertaining afternoon of Star Citizen. Hey, Legend Eternal got that Raider face one. Welcome, Raiders. My apologies for letting Legend inflict this upon you. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of Screen Day, I want to point out that we have an event going on the RSI site called the Ship Showdown. You see, as of August 23rd to September 6th, there was a call for competitors. They wanted to basically see who would be interested in putting pictures, stories, videos, what have you, of their favorite ships. And the 16 best, or more frequent, I have no idea what the qualifiers were. Hey, Pooey Master, thank you for the follow. Glad to have you here. The Ship Showdown bracket was set. We have 16 vessels, some of whom have already won. We're going to scroll a little bit past there first. The C2 Hercules beat out the Caterpillar to advance. And this is basically a popularity contest. Let's call a spade here. It's a popularity contest. Although sometimes popularity is weird. For example, the Reclaimer beat out the Argo Mole. It was an interesting choice, but, you know. And to nobody's surprise, the Carrick has beaten out the constellation Andromeda. Now today, we have the Dark Horse candidate, the MPUV Cargo versus the Freelancer Max. Now, I want to say right now that so far, the winners are following my personal bracket. Just like you see in basketball, brackets happen. And I've done my best to try to have a bracket which will hopefully match how it ends up here. We'll find out. My prediction for this one, for example, the Cutlass Black versus the 600i. Now, I realize that there are certain individuals I've spoken to who seem to think that 600i might have it this year. I disagree. Despite my well-known loathing of Drake Interplanetary, I'm convinced that the Black will not only advance to the next round, it will advance into the Final Four. In fact, I am going to make you this guarantee. This is a guarantee. If the Cutlass Black somehow does not make it to the Final Four, I will spend the stream after they fail out flying nothing but the Cutlass Black. That's right. That's how confident I am it's going to make the Final Four, because I would never voluntarily fly Cutlass Black if I could possibly avoid it. So watch. Tomorrow, Cutlass Black wins. Whoever goes up against with the next bracket, which is going to be either the Retaliator Bomber or the Banu Defender, it will beat whichever the two wins there. Yeah, I can't wait. That's enough for you to vote against it. You will be just a tiny voice crying out in the wilderness, Legend. I can promise the Cutlass Black will make the Final Four. If it fails, then the following stream, I will fly nothing but the Black. But it will not fail. Now, after the Final Four, I make no guarantees, because I've got a pretty good idea of how that's going to fall out. Let's keep going. My prediction on the Retaliator and the Banu, I'm kind of going to lean with the Banu here because it's a catchy look. I mean, the Retaliator may have more fan. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. Yeah, you go ahead and clip it, man, and you can have it there. I will stand by this. The next competition will be the Mercury Star Runner versus the Misc Razor, and there is no doubt in my mind that the Star Runner will advance. Finally, we have the Gladius and the Saber. That one's going to be a tough one. That's one of the two matches I'm a little uncertain about. I think the Saber's going to have it, but it could go either way. But as far as my bracket is concerned, Saber will be it. So that'll put the Saber against the Star Runner. Star Runner wins. It advances. Black versus Banu. Black wins. It advances. You'll note I haven't said anything about this match yet. Well, we go up to that now. I'm going to officially put in my entry for the bracket. Despite the fact that I have a fondness for one ship, I have to feel that the Argo Cargo, the MPUV Cargo, is going to get past this round. And from the looks of the votes right now, I seem to be right. So, MPUV Cargo versus Carrick. I'm sorry, I just can't see the MPUV Cargo beating out the Carrick. The Carrick will advance. Over here, Reclaimer and Hercules. I'm saying Hercules advances. That brings us to the semifinals. Hercules versus Carrick. It'll be hard fought, but I firmly believe Carrick will be victorious again. That will hit the first top 4 spot. I'm sorry, that is a top 4 spot. My bad. What I meant to say is final spot. There we go. Over here, we have the Cutlass Black, and it'll be going up against the Mercury Star Runner. The Star Runner will be triumphant over the Cutlass Black here. Bringing us to Carrick versus MSR. A battle for the ages. And my final choice for the winner is going to be the MSR. Whether or not I am right, whether my bracket is 100%, or if I just nail it down for the back end, who knows? We will revisit this next Saturday. We'll see how close I came. All right. If you have an account with the CIG for Star Citizen, even if you're not a backer, I suspect you'll be able to make a vote. Vote early, vote often. Hey, Cap, hope things are going well with you today. Glad to have you stopping by. And now it is time for our feature presentation. I am presently in the lovely, grimy habitation unit of Grimhex. Hey, it was just happened to be where I logged off last time I was on, and here I have ended up. Truly a location of scum and villainy. We're going to get out of the casual clothing and get ready for spaceflight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the awards I got from last week's Xenothreat. Yes, I did manage to get that reputation. And as a result, I got all 3 pieces. Helmet, well, okay, technically that's not the helmet for it, but, you know, I like that helmet anyway. The helmet's just a basic Odyssey variant, and it's boring. So I went with one of my Gia Corso helmets. Gia Corso Obsidian. So at least I stand out. Undersuit is Lamont. It's similar to the Lamont undersuit that was given out during some anniversary thing or another. I can't actually remember. Well, that's what age will do to you. And the torso is a generic light armor, except it does have one special feature. Let's see if I can zoom in to get a look at it. Am I not going to be able to zoom any closer? Maybe I gotta get out of this habitation unit to really use the camera. Whoa, I am really off my camera angle. Okay, let's zoom in here. Real tiny logo. UEE, Civilian Defense Force. Right there on the chest. Tiny enough that you can miss it easily from a distance. But it's also in a significantly larger size in the back area. It looks like it kind of wants to be a backpackish-like thing. I don't know if it actually will be. But that is the outfit we're going to wear for today's stream. Now, the subject of today's stream, you may have noticed from my title there, I've got it as Your Mission, Should You Choose to Accept It. And this was deliberately chosen because the theme of the day is going to be missions. And it's not going to be the usual bounty hunting missions that I usually end up doing. We're going to go off the beaten path just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's see if I can bring anything up while I'm in Hex. It's not exactly usual comm station central, but it looks like we got stuff here anyway. Now, some missions are offered by appointment. I've got something from Constantine Hurston, and I've got something from Ticia Pacheco, otherwise known as Twitch. I've also got a couple of investigations here, which, well, you know what? This one might be the more fun one to do to start with. We're going to do this not-so-secret stash. This is kind of, it's not an illegal mission, but neither is it legal. And this mission has hosed me before, so this could go horribly wrong. We'll find out. But the goal here is to do some of these missions that are the roads less traveled. So, collect package. Now, hopefully it's just one package and not a bunch of packages. I don't know if you heard this earlier, Cap, but I made a declaration today during this about the ship showdown. If the Cutlass Black does not make it into the top 4, the following stream it's voted out, I will fly nothing but the Cutlass Black for that stream. That is how confident I am that Cutlass will make the top 4. It is as close as I'm going to get to a guarantee. As far as ships, I want to get something that has at least a little bit of cargo space. Oh, decisions. Cargo space. Yeah, we'll go crazy. We'll take the Reliant Tana. This really is not the ship I would usually fly, but what is the point of having ships if you do not fly them? I mean, seriously. That said, there is a bit of the Pokemon attitude where you gotta catch them all. Tana is a bit of a fighter class as well as, yeah, an age-old question, yes. Why would you have these ships if you don't fly them? And it's the reason why I will occasionally even fly those ships. They tend to be when I'm desperate, though. Like, you know, I have nothing better to do with my day. Alright, looks like Sat is being annoying, so we'll just kill it. Power on. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest and say I hate having that radar upside down like that. Because I cannot get a good handle on where it's pointing me half the time. It's just bleh. Okay, let's take a look at where our destination is. It is on, surprisingly, yellow. Who would have thought that, you know, something mildly illegal would be on yellow? The place that Grim Hex is orbiting, along with all these other rocks. Oh, that jumped me up a lot faster than I thought it would. We got some good VTOL engines on this thing. And we've dropped down, and we are flying the vertically challenged Tana. That's right, it's horizontal when it's landed, and it's vertical when it's flying. So, the next challenge is figuring out the best way to get to that package. And to do that, I'm going to have to pop to Yella itself first. Alright. So, where's the package? The package is far, far away. 595 kilometers. That is going to be a boring trip. Is there anywhere that can get me closer? I have no idea what the distance over here is. This is probably a horrible mistake. It probably is a horrible mistake. Let's try over here. Almost makes me want to start a campaign for the 600i just to see Cord fly Drake. I have faith. I have faith that the same scummy pirates who go out of their way to purchase Drake ships will vote in vast numbers for the Drake Cutlass Black. I am that confident. Okay, we're going to turn around now and see if I can locate the marker for the now much closer package at 182 kilometers. I can't quantum directly to the location, so we gotta do it the hard way. Which is not a surprise, because I'm pretty sure it's kind of wreckage. Oh, there's definitely going to be a concerted 600i campaign. Yeah, good luck with that. For once, Drake will not disappoint me. Honestly, I'm surprised that the Argo cargo is going to get to the next round. Granted, it wasn't exactly put up against a massive competitor. I like the Misc Freelancer. Freelancer Max is a pretty good ship, even though I don't actually have it. You would think that I would have bought that in-game by now. Nope. It's a cargo ship, and, well, I got cargo ships. The only reason for me to have it would be to complete my collection. Well, I still wouldn't complete my collection of Freelancers because I don't have the Freelancer Miss either. Yet. In-game credits are a thing. But despite that, the Freelancer was never sexy enough to overcome the meme power of the MPUV cargo. I mean, people just went nuts on that. Now, when it goes up against Carrick, I can't see it beating Carrick. I really can't. Although I would laugh my ass off if that happened. I won't go that far. I'm not as confident on that one as I am with the Drake thing. We are 70 kilometers mark. It helps that I'm flying at max speed on a thin atmosphere moon. It occurs to me that ordinarily I would link up all my weapons together, but if I'm in a situation where I'm having to shoot with my ship weapons here, things have already gone horribly wrong. Okay, once we get around 20 kilometers, we'll drop the speed and hope it slows me down enough by the time I get to the package. The other step is to hope that the package isn't, locked into a wall or something like that. I know this will shock people, especially new viewers of Star Citizen streams. This will be a shock. But this game has some bugs. Oh, and I didn't drop my speed like I said I was going to. I'm going to be so sorry. So I may have overshot a little bit. Okay, let's kill the cruise control so I don't do something really embarrassing like slam into the ground. Say it ain't so! Yeah, I know. What can I say? As I've said on many an occasion, Star Citizen does have more bugs than a Starship Troopers movie. It was true then, it was true now. It looks like the ship is a Starfarer, and that is a bad sign. I'm going to tell you why it's a bad sign. It's a bad sign because 9 times out of 10, whenever I've been on the Starfarer wreck, the wreck has been occupied. In other words, I can't go in unarmed. So, looks like I'm going to have a little bit of firepower. Unfortunately, I'm not wearing a suit that encourages firepower. So, let's go to the equipment manager and check out my weapon slots. I have a sidearm and a primary weapon. Well, ordinarily I'd use the SR-71, but I'm likely to run into multiple hostiles. So we're going to go with the spray and pray method offered by my C-54. My sidearm is going to be the Coda, although to be honest, if I'm at the point where I'm using the Coda, odds are I'm already dead. Good, we've got my attachments already attached. That's good. Weapon magazines. Nothing but C-54s, because C-54 goes through ammo like lightning. And when they do physicalized inventory, this is going to really wreck people's day. It's going to be interesting to see how people adapt to that. And last C-54 mag. We're again not bothering putting any clips for the Coda, because at that point, things are already bad. No, not F2. 2. And it has no ammo in it. It's been remembering the state of your guns for a while now. Unfortunately, that means I've also lost a clip off my inventory here, so back into weapons, back into spare clip, back into C-54. Now, the ideal situation is that this is all unnecessary. Ideally, I'll go in there, there'll be nobody inside, I'll get my cargo, get out, and there will be all sorts of sweetness and light going on. Don't you believe it? Oh, and I have 3 packages. Well, in that case, let's go to the ones furthest away first. Primarily because those have the least odds of there being a hostile inside. May all my guesses be right. Okay, pull out the gun now. Because if there's anybody inside, I want them DED, dead. Maybe the package is outside. No, it is definitely inside. Hopefully it's not inside of a wall. Been using the C-54 lately, liking it. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the C-54. It's got a pretty good rate of fire, decent ability to stay on target. I'm a fan. And there's our first package. My, it looks completely legitimate and legal, doesn't it? Okay, where'd my ship go? Yeah, naturally it's on the wrong side. Now, for my primary weapon, I usually prefer the S71. I like the assault rifle. It's precision, but it is a single shot kind of weapon. And there are situations where precision shooting is not the way to go. There are many occasions I have had where I need to pump out a lot of ammo in the general direction it wants immediately. Henceforth, C-54 for this occasion. Because if there's anybody on that, it's going to make life miserable. Yeah, that looks like a purely legitimate cargo. Uncut slam. Yeah, that won't possibly get me into any trouble with the law. Yeah, Cap likes that one too. Really, a lot of them are good if they would fire appropriately. Oh, where is your faith? Okay, where are we, secondary package? You are right down there. No hostiles in here. So far, 2 out of 3 packages have not led to my horrible demise. But of course, I haven't gone into the main body yet. I haven't gone into the major ship. Gorth bashes pirates and Drake ships. Also runs drugs on stream. Hey, there's a right way and a wrong way to do things. Drake, by definition, is the wrong way. And well, let's put this on top of the other set of drugs. Bringing us to our final locale, and the place I am most likely to end up dead. Looks like it's on an upper floor, too, so... Let's see, good, I have my lights on. So get ready for gruesome firefights. Where are you? Anyone want to come out to play? Oh yeah, I heard him. I heard him. I just don't know where he came from. Nuts, he must be on an upper floor. That's going to make it difficult. What's going to make things even more difficult is I don't think there's an upper access down here. Oh, here we go. Hi there! Two down. This is where coming in a Cutlass Red is a good idea. Not for long. The time is coming where the Cutlass Red will be only vaguely useful. It'll be able to handle some injuries, but it will no longer be a respawn point. Coming with 3.15. Yeah, I really should get a lock on where the package is. I have no idea how many pirates are on here, so... For all I know, those two were it. Oh, no, don't want to go that way. I just came that way. I want to go upstairs. So that means I need to go around this way. And around the bend. Okay, well, he's already a dead body, so I'm not horribly concerned about him. So far, so good. Seem to be mostly clear. If I can get around the other end here. Huh. I may have lost... Oh, that's the exit. 16 meters that way. We have too many markers. It's not... No, it's not that way. Have I mentioned how much I loathe the... check my desktop audio source. Oh, I bet I never got that turned on. Yeah. So it's been a silent movie so far. But now we have the proper ambient noises going. Oh no. Oh no. No, this is not good. I think it's on top of the ship. Well, maybe not. Can I get up here? I can. Awesome. Okay, we better hope all the pirates are out now because I can't use a gun while I'm carrying the slam. I am, however, going to take the fastest route out of here, which is to say, jump for it! Thank God for low gravity, right? So far so good. We've gotten our undoubtedly highly legal packages. We've killed off a couple dirty pirates. And now, we're going to do step 2. We'll power on the engines. And off we go. We're going to pop up our map and see where we need to deliver. Shockingly, we are not delivering it to Orison. I know, it's a shock, right? Who would have thought it? No, the Galit Family Farms. Sounds friendly, doesn't it? They're all about doing the agriculture thing, hydroponics, that sort of deal. Making food for the masses. Surely they would not have anything to do with creating illicit and illegal, dangerous substances. Surely not. Selwyn is a popular destination, not just for places like this, but also because of a certain space station that orbits around it. SPK, Security Post Carrick. One of the few places that you can get rid of crime stat. That's not a problem for me right now, because right now I don't have crime stat. We'll see how long that lasts. And it seems that we are flying on the dark side of the moon. Well, it's never easy, right? I'm going to turn on my ship lamp in the hopes that light will come on and illuminate the ground, hopefully more than half a second before I crash into it. I shouldn't have any problems. I'm flying at less than 5-degree angle downward. Unless a mountain suddenly shows up, which I'm not ruling out. Oh, and there we go. You can see the light on the ground. I'm not horribly in love with the way the rocks are showing up on passive scans. I feel like you should have to put more effort into it. As usual, however, I was not consulted. Okay, things are a little dust stormy out, so that's going to make life interesting. Okay, looks like the exit is here, or the entry. Well, you know, the entry and the exit are both the same thing at the end, aren't they? And let's see if I can get this thing landed without, you know, damaging anything, like my ship. Yeah, there we go. Just right.
Landing successful. Launch sequence complete. Engines off.
So it's time to make the special delivery. We'll grab the one up here first. I don't want it falling over and glitching or something. The kind of luck I've been known to have? Let's not taunt fate. Oh, right. Delivery spot, delivery spot. Oh, and better yet, they're accepting them in Kovalex boxes. That's right, folks. We're taking this uncut, illegal slam, and we're putting it into basically public delivery. It's like the U.S. Postal Service. We're delivering our illegal drugs via U.S. Post. You know, sometimes you gotta love it. Didn't quite land aiming quite right. Oh, that's okay. It's straight enough a shot, it doesn't matter. So far, this is proving to be a highly successful mission. Now, if you recall when we were looking at the mission, doing all this will net you roughly 12,000 AUEC, 12,000 credits. If you're looking to make lots of money fast, this is not a mission that is going to do it. But on the other hand, we're doing stuff very different than simple bounty hunting. We got to take out some ground targets, pick up some cargo at a wreck. We're delivering it for completely honest and legal reasons. We would never do anything illegal. No. See, I don't have any crime stat. How could this be illegal? And we'll drop this last box in here. Open sesame. Close it up. And all 3 packages are delivered. Deliver package is complete. Cargo is complete. 12,000 UEC plus bonuses. Although I didn't actually see any bonuses. With collect package? What do you mean? I got the packages. What are you talking about? Doesn't matter. I got paid. I don't care. While we are here, you'll notice we also have a trade terminal. And I do have a massive 1 SEU. Count them. 1 SEU of cargo space. So let's fill it up with distilled spirits. Because we are going to make massive amounts of profit on this 1 standard cargo unit. Maybe it's like legalized marijuana. Well, Cap, maybe. If I knew more about the in-game lore, I would have an argument for or against that. But I don't. Hey, nobody's perfect. So now at some point, when I wind up somewhere, I will have a box of cargo to pick up. Well, drop off. And there they are, sitting right there, nestled in the corner. Out of the way, but still something you can carry around. You're sending it to a lab for a research study. Yes, that must be it. Alright, so here we are. Let's take a look at our mission log now. Let's see, do I want to try that one? No, well, that's 2 seconds away from being gone, so I'm not going to worry about it. Maintenance. Maintenance is an odd one, because this basically involves picking up waste. And it's for 3,000 UEC. Honestly, the only reason to take this one would be just to travel. And honestly, you can do better. Investigation. Look for missing cruise of a Starfarer recently reported as destroyed. Somehow I get the feeling this would take me right back to where I left to pick up those packages. Zeta Prolinide salvage. Now that one's a little dicier because there's a Cellon wreck site. Gotta take them to Daymar before they explode. Tempting. But what we're going to do... Well, first I'm going to grab Call to Arms, because if I'm going to get into a fight in space, always, 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 always take Call to Arms. It's free money. And we're going to do this unauthorized surveillance detected. You'll see that's not bad. It's 20,000 UEC. That's a pretty good deal. So what does this involve? Well, the first step is we gotta go do a comma ray. Now, here's a pro tip for some folks. I don't know if it's the case nowadays, but comma rays tend to give you trespassing if you get near it. But if you have a mission, then you can approach the array without any problem. So if you're planning on doing something blatantly illegal and you want to shut down a comma ray, take a mission near that comma ray first if you can. Then you'll have to worry about little details coming back to bite you like, oh, I don't know. Where is the... You know, it'd help if I track the mission. That was my problem. Because right now I was tracking Call to Arms, which does nothing. This is what I want to track. And... Okay, oh, there we are. Oh, it's right next, practically right next door to Crusader itself. I did not expect that. And you know what? Now that I am in a combat situation sort of thing, let's get my guns linked up. Shouldn't there be a satellite somewhere around here? Hello, satellite. Oh, here we go. Okay, it didn't quite take me all the way where I wanted to go. I'm not entirely sure what's with the quantum drives these days. But I'm certainly not going to detect anything 100 kilometers out. Now, the goal here is to first find the monitors and then blow them up. And you want to find at least 2 of them before you start shooting, because once you start shooting... Uh-oh. What the heck is that? Cripes, is that one of the monitors? That's one of the monitors. I don't believe it. This could get a little dicier than I expected. Especially because I've lost track of where the ComSat is. Oh, it's right here. Man, I'm a lot closer to it than I thought I was. Okay, the next one looks like it's over there. Oh, here's the Hopin, right? Okay, we've got satellite 1 found. And do I still have eyes on the other one? Kind of. Okay, you know what? We're good. It's good enough. Let's see. What are my guns down? Lock? Good. It's time to start blowing up monitors. You know, I was hoping this thing would blow up a lot faster than that. Okay, that's one. Where's... Nuts. Where did the location markers on the other two go? Oh, that is not good. That is not good. Everything sort of depended on me, you know, having a general idea of where the targets are, and I've lost track of both of them. This is not just bad. This is awful. Oh, okay, there's one. Crank up the acceleration. I've got 4 minutes. This is not a situation I wanted to be in. Which, when you get right down to it, is the story of my life. Nope. Another one just got tagged there, so let's hope that I can... Oh, went by him a little too quickly. Did he just explode? No, that would have been too easy. Oh, you know what? That's not a... Oh, nuts. I ain't... Okay, I've got a big problem. That's not a satellite. That's a ship. I have done very poorly so far. Let's hope I do better killing this thing quickly, because tick-tock, tick-tock. Nuts, that's another hostile target. That's not... Not good, not good, not good. Not looking to take out... Oh, hold on. Is that one over there? Might be one over there. I hope it's one over there, because I've got 2 minutes to go yet. And I don't have time to waste on this guy. Yes! Yes, there it is. Come on, a little closer. I need to get in the shooting range. All targets are destroyed. Monitors defeated before upload. And now we're going to take care of this last annoying guy who is really screwing with my plans. And demonstrate that, yes, the Tana can hold its own in a fight. Presuming, of course, that it's flown by a competent pilot. So, this is still an open question. Mustang Delta. Oh, for God's sake. If I can't take down a Mustang Delta, I'm going to turn in my pilot card. Oh, something broke off. Yeah, it looks like his life expectancy just went down dramatically. He doesn't have any wings anymore. Whoa! It also looked like for a second there I was going to be ramming right through him. Okay, you know what? You know, this guy's harder to hit now that he's spiraling out of control than he was when he was flying the ship. In about a minute, I'm just going to get fed up and shoot a Misc at him. I have no idea if I actually have any missiles, but I'm thinking about it. I'm going to recharge the capacitors a bit before I start unloading again. I can't believe this guy has been surviving this long. Okay, you know what? Let's gimbal this thing to see if that helps any. I'll take any advantage I can get now. Oh, this guy is dead. This guy is definitely going to be dead because after spending all this time on him, I want the call to arms money for him. I don't care if it's 500 UEC. Oh, is he trying to shoot at me? Okay, fine. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Are you kidding me? He's closing in? Back up, back up, back up. Okay, fine. You know what? We'll go forward. Get some distance. You've got to be kidding me. How can he be following me when he's spinning out of control like that? It's a grudge match now. You know, I was going to have some respect for the Reliant, but I'm not going to throw out respect anymore. There we go. Criminy. Now, we've got another ship floating around out here. He's flying another Mustang Delta. Yeah, you know what? Not a chance. Yes, it's going to be overkill, but I don't care. Okay, well, that shows how reliable those missiles are. Oh, you know what? I have plenty. Closer, 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 closer.
Missile block. Failure. Shields under attack.
Shield's under attack? Oh, for heaven's sake, am I being hit by my own missiles? I did get hit by my own missiles. Oh, for God's sake. I'd heard that this was an issue with ships firing torpedoes, but I hadn't realized that missiles were going to cause the same problem.
Target destroyed.
That was just incredibly ludicrous, wasn't it? Okay, we're going to have a quick layover over at Port Olisar, where hopefully we can repair and possibly restock those completely useless missiles. Hopefully Olisar won't be under siege or anything. That's been known to happen. Once we land and do the repairs, we will hop back to our mission board and see what we've got. Oh, how unusual. Port Olisar's actually there. Olisar is sometimes, ever since this patch landed, sometimes not quite loaded in as swiftly as one might like. Okay, let me see my comm board. Anytime. Can never rely on landing services.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Well, they've done that much right at least. So let's see if we can get this thing landed without making a mess. And from the looks of it, we might be making a mess. Because apparently, I'm losing control of my ship. Oh, the good news is I seem to have gotten some control. I kind of had to bounce off of something to do it, but... I have a sneaking feeling that... Oh, jeez. No wonder I'm having trouble controlling the ship. The entire freaking left wing is gone! Come on, just drift me in there and auto land, auto land, auto land. Auto land isn't working. Okay, we have what is commonly referred to as a problem.
Warning, you are blocking an active flight bay. Please vacate the facility.
Okay, remember the part I was telling you about trying to repair? That's not happening. I also, apparently, can't get out of my seat. Well, this day just gets better and better, doesn't it? Ha! Almost. Oh, my landing gear is still up again.
Landing gear down. Landing successful.
I didn't think that was going to work.
Complete. Have a pleasant stay.
But apparently it's not going to offer me the services. But on the bright side, I can get out of my seat now. So if nothing else, I can swap this ship for a different one. Well, you know, sometimes you try things and sometimes they don't go the way you expect them to. Let's store that ship and grab something else. What the something else will be is going to depend a lot on, well, it's going to depend a lot on what missions I can pick up. Store that puppy. Alright. So, continuing the road less traveled. could do surveillance. You know what? Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm sorry, it's not surveillance I want to do. It's claim jumpers I want to do. Claim jumpers used to be the mission for making money. Because you had the call to arms money, and you had the profits from this one. Things have obviously changed a lot since those days. Now, since I'm going to be going into a combat situation, it behooves me to take a combat vessel. And we're going to do another ship that I don't fly enough, the Asperia Talon. When people speak of light fighters and speak of them being in the top tier, the Talon is usually at least one of the top 3, often occupying the top spot entirely. The other 2, incidentally, are Gladius and Arrow, and they tend to be very interchangeable at times as to which one takes the top spot. Now, I'm going to be up front. I'm not the biggest fan of flying the Talon. It has nothing to do with its performance, and nothing to do with its looks. It has more to do with its interface. What do I mean by that? Stay tuned. But first, we're going to get the really crazy seating out of the way. Gonna sit down here. Have everything close it up. And lift into the cockpit area. And you'll notice that it's a little hard to see. That's because this is a ship based on alien technology. The Teverin, if I recall correctly. And when you turn the ship on, holographic cameras project the image, what you see out, as if you were looking through a windshield, even though you're not. Now, honestly, with the way they make this work, it makes me wonder why the heck they haven't gotten the cover onto the Carrick yet, because that's supposed to have a big metal shell put over the glass panel. It was a poor design choice to make the wings out of glass. Yeah, that's true too. Apparently, the glass that they saved by armoring up the cockpit, they put it all on the wings. And these wings are known to break off with almost no provocation whatsoever. So, stuff to look forward to, right? We have a quantum beacon, which is unusual because back in the day, they didn't have a quantum beacon to this mission. You had to go there, and, well, actually they did. Well, you had a marker, but you didn't have a quantum beacon. So you couldn't quantum jump directly there. You had to jump to the station area, and then manually fly to that section of asteroids where the claim jumpers were hiding. I consider this an improvement. Yeah, here's another fun part about flying this ship. It's got unique to it and the Prowler, effects when you are flying in quantum travel state. Let's take a look at it in the third-person view so we can really appreciate it. Is this not cool? While we're flying, it occurs to me that I didn't really take a good look to see my weapon grouping. I have 4 missiles, that's good. And something called light strike cannons, which I hope to God that the ammo count there is a capacitor charge and not ballistic ammo. Because if it's ballistic ammo, I am so screwed. 31 ammo isn't gonna do squat. I hope to God these are energy weapons. They're lasers. Oh, thank God. Because that would have just been... Ugh. This is better. This is loads better. Okay, we will be arriving at the Hurston L3 Lagrange point momentarily. And then I'll be able to quantum the mining claim. Man, that is so awesome. The last time I did this mission, so you can see it was a long time ago, they didn't have the quantum beacons at the mining claims. I love this. Oh, I almost moved myself right past it. Now, the coloration of this interface drives me nuts. I mean, unless things have changed since the last time I looked. Let's see. Those are gimbaled, though. Talon is best when you take the gimbals off and use size 4. Yeah, yeah, that's true, too. But, you know, I'm lazy. I was being lazy. Oh, I'm not calibrating. Why am I not calibrating? Thank you. Alright, and targets are already flying up. Now, back in the day, you would try to leave all the sentries alone, all the backup alone, and go after the orbital sentries and kill them off before dealing with anything else, because that way you could maximize your call to arms money. Better than the dark red of the glade. It's dang near unusable. Yeah, that one I will agree. I have not flown the Van Duel ships often, but I agree with you completely. Okay, maybe I should not be aiming directly at that sentry there, but kind of off-center so that... Okay, people know I'm here. This could be good, this could be bad. Oh, he knows I'm here, he's already shooting. Come on, get me a little closer. I should be in range by now. There we go. Now I'm using cannons, which should be better at doing this sort of thing. Come on, let me see some of that Talon maneuverability. And you can see in the distance we've got a lot of targets cropping up there, and some of them are probably prospectors. Or the Prowler. Well, you know, this is pretty close to being the Prowler. I mean, it's the same manufacturer, it's the same alien species. Oh, come on, explode, explode, explode. It did not explode. I want to get this guy as quickly as possible because I'm far too close to that big asteroid, and I kind of like this guy to die before I do.
Target destroyed.
Alright. Next target. 2 out of 9. 8.5 kilometers away. Let's see if we can close that up a bit. It's a Prowler Dark Red 2. Well, Prowler shouldn't be. I mean, it's Van Duel design. That's, and does Asperia make the Prowler? No, Asperia makes the Prowler. I don't know who makes the Van Duel. I thought they were different, but I could be completely wrong because I haven't been keeping track. I'm gonna be brutally honest, I'm not a big fan of the alien ships. I mean, they're catchy, they look cool, but I've never really gotten the same satisfaction out of flying. And that's a me sort of thing. Yeah, I can't check on the Prowler for you guys because I don't have a Prowler. And the Prowler is not on my list either. If I want to drop ship, I'll be using the Valkyrie. Because Valkyrie's cool. A little closer, and he's going to start shooting me anytime now. But yeah, all my targets are like white on my radar sensor. And I'm used to them being red. Which makes life really, really tricky for me when I'm trying to figure out my attack runs.
Target destroyed.
Talon's the only alien ship worth using right now. It's actually pretty meta. Oh, for once I'm flying the cool kid's ship. It does have high maneuverability. It used to have some really kick-ass. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's Bandit I'm thinking. I'm thinking Bandit. But it was widely considered to be the most dangerous thing out there when it was first introduced. And then it went into rotation with the Gladius and the Arrow, and I think it's back. It sounds like it's back on top again, based on what you're telling me there. I'm not entirely surprised.
Target destroyed.
I cannot believe that I haven't seen any prospectors. This mission used to have like 3 prospectors per century. So you were looking at 18 prospectors all gunning for your head. But so far, the only thing I've seen are these sentries. Now, you'll be flying the cool kid ship when you're in the Cuddy Black next weekend. Keep on thinking that. The Cuddy Black will beat the 600i in the ship showdown. For those of you who are new to the conversation, I went over at the beginning of my stream the ship showdown, and there was a little bit of a question mark as whether or not the Cutlass Black would be advancing to the next round,
Destroyed.
much less the final 4. And I said in a very public challenge here that the Cutlass Black, despite my general loathing of all things Drake, the Cutlass Black will get to the final 4. And if it fails to do so, then this following week that it falls out, my stream will have me flying nothing but the Cutlass Black. Yeah, I already put a call to the org to vote 600i. Tiny numbers, tiny numbers. Cutlass Black will be supreme, and I can make this challenge with no thought of failure because it is a lock. The fix is in. Guaranteed. Because you can always rely on those dirty pirates to stick with their own.
Attack launch shields.
Oh, this guy's actually hitting me. How'd that happen? So, despite Legend hoping desperately that the situation will come where I will be forced to fly the Cutlass Black, it ain't gonna happen.
Target destroyed.
Now, this only applies on the road to the top 4. Once it's the top 4, no longer an issue, especially since my bracket has it losing against the who did I have it going up against? Carrick or Star Runner, or was it C? I gotta look back at the bracket again, but I'm pretty sure the answer is Cutlass loses it as it goes to the finals. But the final 4, it'll make the final 4.
Target destroyed.
Ah, what'd I whack? I must have whacked the wreckage. But I seem to be still intact. I even still have my wings. Which I've been assured repeated. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think the bad guys have figured out that I'm here. Okay, now it's a fight. Oh yeah. Now it's a fight. Why do I not have And they are still prospectors, so you would. This is the mission that makes you have respect for prospectors. I mean, these are mining ships. These are the ships you go out to do your single-player mining. And these are the guys who are protecting the sentry drones. Seriously. These guys. This goes under the category of, should I be impressed? The answer is, not really. But they're going to try. Of course, admittedly, this was back in before the days of the capacitor play, so it might actually be a more fair fight now. And of course, there's also the tiny detail that there is a bunch of these guys. Whoa! That was a little too close.
Contact.
Next target, also a prospector. Yeah, this is going to get embarrassing really quickly if I get pasted by prospectors. Yes, it is indeed. Holy crap. More importantly, I am making holes in... You know what? I'm not even going to go continue that thought. Some comments just don't need elaboration. And the call to arms money is rolling in. Always, 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 always have call to arms. I thought he was going to blow up there, but I just must have blown something important apart. Like his hull.
How could you do that to them?
It was easy! Let's see. No, still prospectors. Oh, there is the last sentry. Let's go after him. He's a bit more important than these prospectors. Wholly implied pun, Batman. Yes, what can I say? I fell in with evil companions at an early age. On the other hand, despite the fact that I would prefer to deal with this sentry, I've got a prospector hot on my tail, so I might as well get ready to give him what he's so obviously asking for. He was whining about my courtesy earlier, so he kind of deserves what's coming.
Attack on shields.
Part of me wants to start going after him with missiles, but I only have 2 missiles on this thing. And I don't trust the missiles. Not after what happened to my Reliant. If you didn't catch me earlier in the stream, I was flying a Misc Reliant, and it kind of did horrible things to me. And by horrible things, I mean my missiles blew my wing off. That's right, my missiles blew my wing off.
Contact.
Okay, we might as well finish our cleanup here now, and looks like we have at least a couple prospectors here, so let's get a couple thousand more UEC. I mean, is it cost effective for me to be doing that? No. But then again, it's not exactly cost effective for me to be doing these missions either. Here I am, so.
You think it's gonna stop me?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do think this is going to stop you. But hey, if you want to keep pretending that you have a chance, by all means. another ship just popped up there too. Where were you guys? You guys really did a lousy job on defending your sentries. In this patch, make sure you're below SCM before firing a missile. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. I can't remember if I was going over SCM or not when I was doing the missiles before, but I kind of think I was. Because I seem to recall wanting to get close enough that he wouldn't pop those countermeasures on me. I just can't prove it. Luckily, I am not outrunning my laser cannons. Oh, look at those pieces of ship flying off. One more target. And I'm pretty sure this is my last guy. Oh, he was only worth 500. Boo! Boo, I say! I'm sorry, you were saying something entertaining, guy, but, you know. If you're really that hot a pilot, you wouldn't be flying a Prospector against a Talon. You would be doing the smart thing. And running away as fast as you could. That said, I'm doing a lousy job on getting the guy targeted properly. Oh, something important just broke. And that important detail just broke. And that is a Claim Jumper's mission. Now, I don't think I'm going to see any decent missions out here because, well, I do have the group warrants, but those are standard bounty hunting missions. Clovis! Okay, you know what? We're going to grab this mission. We're going to go to Clovis at Reclamation and Disposal. And this is located on the world of Hurston. I hope I have the... I really hope I have the fuel for this. Okay, well apparently I can't get a good jump on the location. Let's see, can I see it from... I keep forgetting that the square in the center is not where I'm supposed to be aligning. I don't even know why they have that there.
Quantum travel engaged.
Well, you know, this could be entertaining in all kinds of ways, because I did not check to see whether or not my fuel would actually get me there. Oh, I'm heading towards the sun. This is probably not the smartest thing I could be doing. So let's
Quantum travel complete.
recalibrate slightly, shall we? I have no idea if her L4 has a station, but at the very least it ought to get me around the Star of Stanton and allow me to recalculate.
Quantum travel engaged.
Alright, so Hurston is our destination. So once we get to the point where we are hopefully not pointed... Well, let's see. Do they actually have a station at her L4? They do. So that's good. If I don't have the fuel, I'll be able to refuel. As opposed to something... having to do something really humiliating. Now that said, I also made the horrible, horrible, horrible mistake. Although it's not bad as far as time goes. It's only 214 seconds. That's less than 5 minutes. That's like a little over 3. Ah, that was probably my indicator telling me that I am losing fuel like crazy. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? It says current fuel, required fuel. It's gonna get close. So I think I'm going to definitely want to refuel at her L4 before I move on to Clovis's thing. Look at that. Quantum fuel just drain right into the heads-up display. Just right in the center of the screen. Right now. Hydrogen, quantum. And quantum is dropping like a rock. Halfway through the fuel reserves already. Up, and that's a signal. Half of my fuel gone. Now you might be wondering, what do you do if it turns out you've burned off all your quantum fuel and you're nowhere near a station? What do you do? Well, there are two options that will be available to you. The first option is going into your Moby class, going to the contracts manager, going under beacons, and you would create a beacon where you would ask for a personal transport to some destination. For example, if I want to go to, the Necropolis. Well, that sounds intimidating. Why have I not found a place called the Necropolis in this game? Now I want to kind of look. But we have a wide variety of destinations available. Wide variety. So if you're floating out in the middle of space, I'd like to go here, Levski. Can anybody get me to Levski? The joke here is that there is no Levski. Levski used to be in the Stanton system, but it was removed to be placed in its proper location, star system of Nix, which is not in the game right now, so it's effectively gone. Soon. But in any event, you would create the service beacon, you would put a payment amount to try to encourage people to actually pick you up and deliver you as opposed to just laughing and ignoring you. That's one way. The simpler way is to basically remove your helmet and die. You respawn in your previous respawn location. The end. That is kind of the cheesy way of doing it, but it is faster. Now, all that said, oh, yeah, F in chat for Levski. Consider it done on my point. One day, one day.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Now let's turn off the quantum drive. See if I get communications rolling. Good. And we'll accelerate ourselves to the station and get taken care of. Yes, there's another one for Levski. Thank you, Cap. We will see you again, Levski. And it cannot happen soon enough. Now, hopefully, the landing services will be working at this space station. Or otherwise, things are going to get inconvenient. Give me a landing bay.
Proceed to assigned landing bay.
And I am currently on the wrong side up. I am upside down, so let's... Now, if I were a landing bay, where would I be? Right below me, naturally. Pop me in the area exactly where I've already passed. Thank you all so very, very much. Although, to be fair, their air traffic control has to be better than, say, I don't know, Everest Harbor. Or Lorville, for that matter. Or anything that's operated by Hurston Security. Although, you know, it does occur to me that this is also kind of operated by Hurston Security. I may have chosen poorly.
Landing gear down. Landing complete.
Oh, right.
Complete. As
Landing
you say.
complete. Repair, so I took some damage during that fight. I must have bounced off something. But more importantly, I am refueling all that tasty quantum fuel. Hydrogen, please. Repair, please. Repair is done. So now we're going to go down to Lorville, and this time I will have the fuel.
Launch complete.
And
Quantum
jump.
travel engaged. Landing gear up.
Yeah, sometimes I forget to pull that landing gear back up. It's a good thing we have computers, right? Leaving Armistice Zone. Why, yes, I think I figured that part out. And we will be there in a little under 3 minutes. And odds are good that we will be leaving the Talon behind us when we're dealing with Clovis, because I'm almost certain that Clovis is going to require us to transport something around, and it would behoove me. Well, of course, what do you have? Maybe not. Well, we're going to see anyway, because I have a couple of possibilities to work with here, and a lot's going to depend on what he offers. I feel compelled to mention that Clovis is not the only person you can contact. You saw the contact from Twitch and Constantine Hurston, but there are other individuals who may contact you. Specifically, Miles Eckert. And doing his missions are pretty fun because you're going to go after a pirate gang, and it will put you eventually up against hammerheads and an Idris. I just haven't, gotten around to dealing with him in this patch. I've been busy. They've had this Nine Tails locked down. They had this Xeno threat. I've been too busy to deal with personal reputation sort of things. Eckhart is on my list of things to do at some point. I do have some of his group missions, mainly because I assisted other folks in my org doing them, and in doing so, I effectively unlocked those for myself. But the missions involving the Arlington gang, which includes that Idris, you gotta actually speak with him for. It's weird, I know. Especially when you consider my reputation with him is pretty decent. Let's go back into my reputation marker here, under Delphi. Oh, I guess they cleared off their reputation. Well, no, I've got this much. Why does it show up here? Oh, this must be for affinity.
Quantum travel complete.
Maybe that's my problem. Maybe it's the fact he's got high confidence, but he has no affinity. I know they did an explanation of all that somewhere along the line when they introduced the Delphi system, but I just never got around to paying attention.
Quantum travel engaged.
And now, we shall soon be arriving at Lorville. And Lorville used to be one of my favorite stops, primarily because, once upon a time, trading was a thing, where you could actually make some profit, comparable, but not necessarily equal. Well, at the time it was kind of equal to the bounty hunting thing. But trading has been hit with the nerf hammer so hard that,
Quantum travel.
and you would think that, nerfs would be a lot softer, but no. So trading is effectively useless now. And therefore, the need to go to Lorville is virtually nothing. There's only one reason. Okay, there are 3 reasons. 3 reasons to go to Lorville now. One is to meet Clovis. One is to meet Eckhart. And one is if you want to go buy a new ship. Because one of the 2 ship shops in the game is located at Lorville. And arguably, Lorville has the better selection of the 2. Arguably. I expect at some point that Crusader, or more accurately, Orison, will also have a ship shop. And I'm sure they're going to be pushing Crusader ships hard. But it's not in the game yet. Stay tuned.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
All right. It's been a while since I've landed in one of these things, so I hope I don't, completely screw up. Plus, it also occurs to me that I don't recall ever landing in Lorville in the town. So this could get entertaining in all the wrong ways very quickly. Okay, so far so good. And we're in. It's supposed to come in 3.15, right? I don't know. I don't know. I know it's going to come in before 3. It was going to be in 3.15 or 3.16, but I don't know which. I don't remember which.
Landing complete. Ascend.
Certainly the hospital is coming in. So, yay, hospitals. Yeah, if you haven't seen the videos on the upcoming medical gameplay, highly recommend you do so, because it is going to change a great deal of how this game is played. Now, Clovis is at... Ah! Okay, I can't go in this elevator yet. Okay, I'm not losing my mind. I didn't really see the surface of Lorville in front of me. I'm sure that was just a hallucination. Ah! So you might wonder, what would happen if I were to jump through those elevators? Would I fly? Would it be like the Matrix? No, my friends. What would happen is I would fall horribly to my death, and it would be a long time coming. Yeah, so... sadly, that is the only operational elevator in this hangar bay. You have to jump and respawn at the hab. Well, it would get me there faster. Very well, everyone. Off we go! That was actually a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. Now, when the medical gameplay comes in, this is not where I'll be spawning in. I'll be spawning in at the hospital. Although, not with 3.15, because I'm pretty sure the Lorville Hospital isn't on the docket for 3.15. They lost my coffee mug. I am angry. It was the one good thing about being in the Lorville Habs. Free coffee. And now, there's no mug to put the coffee in. This angers me. Oh, thank God it's an elevator. It could have been the other way around here. We could have had the same thing. So, relief, sigh of relief. And Clovis is merely a mere 200 meters away. So we are going to jog on out here towards reclamation and disposal. Or, if you want to put it another way, he's the garbage man. Will the halves have any purpose? Well, you know, you aren't necessarily going to die. I would think if you had a normal login, log out, you would log in into halves. And they'll probably have more of a purpose when, you know, physicalized inventory happens. You might be able to put stuff in there. Don't really know. Always in motion, the future. And there he is. Hello, Clovis. Okay. Yeah, okay, Clovis, you can come out now.
Still alive.
Yes, you are.
No, welcome to Reclamation and Disposal. My name is Clovis Darnley. Wonderful to meet you.
Whoa.
What can I do for you on this fine day?
Well, you can stand up. Looking for work.
It's an excellent question.
Clovis got COVID.
I've cured quite a little adventure.
Space COVID, probably.
The devil's in the details, I believe. Read them well.
Yeah, you know, Clovis, I could see you. Okay, Clovis managed to intercept an interesting bit of news coming over the comms. It seems Hurston's fortunes are falling quite literally. One of their satellites has crashed to the surface.
Please,
Not all is lost.
review at your convenience.
For the valuable prototype TDC XX Blade on board appears to have survived the impact. Now, this is one of those moments where enterprising individuals face a choice. Either do nothing, let Hurston reclaim their property and let this wretched world keep turning, or seize the opportunity to capitalize. Personally, I'm leaning towards the latter, and I'm hoping you feel the same. If you were to obtain the part from the crash site before Hurston does, I'm sure I could find some parties interested in paying handsomely for a sneak peek at Hurston's hard work. One catch, as always, is that in order to safely decrypt and extract the data, you must connect it to an official Hurston server before its security protocols cause it to self-destruct. I recommend using a storage facility's data terminal. They tend to be easier to access than anything that can be found in Lorville proper. Once the transfer is complete, I will issue your trust rewards.
Splendid. Wonderful. Best of luck.
Okay, so we have our mission. Where the hell? Oh, there we are. Like, where's the door? So, let's go make some money. And step one is get back to the spaceport. So, run, run, run. Now, fun fact here is that there are 2 train lines from here. If I were to go right, I would go on the perimeter line, which encircles Lorville. That's only become important if you wanted to spawn a vehicle, meaning a wheeled vehicle, or a hover bike, I guess. Or if you had a package delivery to make at the perimeter line. It takes so bloody long to get to a station on the perimeter line. I try to avoid that whenever I can. But the possibilities exist, and that is one way you would do it. Now, for anybody who holds a dream of spawning a Nova tank at Lorville in order to start, you know, shooting things, remember that you are still in an armistice zone, which means you will not be able to use that wonderful main gun to opened salvos towards the Hurston Dynamics building. Everyone should have a dream. They are a little off on their audio announcements. Next stop is not Metro Center. That was the last stop that we just left. The next stop is Tisa Spaceport. But you know, I might have mentioned something about bugs happening in this game. Get used to the feeling. Now, if we were actually in beta, then we could scream at them to fix it, but... You have Metro Center? I don't think so. But until such a time, that kind of thing is going to be a real low priority. Now for this mission, because of the all sorts of crazy things that can happen, I think I'm going to want to fly a ship that has a ramp. Because there's a couple different places that the blade can be, and some of them are really, really, really inconvenient. So, ramp it is. We are going to take ourselves the Freelancer Dur. Everything else is kind of occupado elsewhere. 9. Up over here. New deal. That's where you go to buy the ships here. You want to buy ships in the game without paying real money? That's one of the two places. Fair warning, you have to earn a lot of money. But the bright side is, you can earn a lot of money. Just not the way I'm doing it. Because one good bounty mission that can be done in about 10 minutes will get you a lot more than this mission is, which is going to take me plenty of time. But you know, the game is not about credits alone. Yeah, going up ladders seems to be weird lately. It's not just on the Freelancer. I was noticing it on one of the Origin ships recently. Come on, I want to close the door. I don't want to exit the ladder. There we go. That used to be automatic. There's a couple other bugs with the Freelancer too. It always seems that the Freelancer is bugged a lot. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that it was one of their earlier ships to be released. And it's got artifacts, apparently, that are causing issues. One of the ones that drive me crazy the most is an issue with having passengers aboard. Take passengers aboard, weird things happen to your ability to quantum travel. Unfortunately, it's not something I've been able to match scientists out a good rationale for. Up we go. Now, Freelancer Dur is meant for exploration, so it has substantially more fuel tanks at the expense of cargo.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Basically put, it can go long distances, far in excess of what its size would indicate. Alright, so let's see where the crash site is. Is it nearby anything? It is nearby HDMS Thetis. So we're going to let Thetis be our guide. Now sadly, we do have to get a little bit of altitude here. 9 kilometers is about the altitude where your quantum travel will be usable again. It has a lot to do with it being a space Nope, nope. Nice try, but no. Man, you must hate things like 18-wheelers and school buses and, oh yeah, passenger airliners. Because, you know, they're all roughly the same basic shape. Just saying. And it does have one major thing going for it as well. It does not look like a pile of garbage. Like, say, most of the stuff you find from Carrick. And we are off to the other side of the planet. Which is going to be annoying because that means it's going to be nighttime over there. Although being nighttime isn't all bad. And you'll see why momentarily. If this is where I think it is. Because if it is, then it is going to be my privilege to show you one of the more cool sights in this game. But first things first, let's flip ourselves around. And start accelerating. Ah, stupid corner drive. Now, the last radar contact for the satellite was 37 kilometers away. I don't know that we're going to be able to get much more speed here because Hurston's got a thick atmosphere, and while the Freelancer does have a semi-aerodynamic shape, it's only semi-aerodynamic. It's not going to get to high velocity. That's okay. The important thing, though, is to make sure that I don't run into any mountains. That kind of is a real problem. We are 20 kilometers in closing. All things considered, we're doing pretty decent time. 16 mark. Soon I'm going to want to kind of slow it down a bit because I'm moving a little too quickly. At the same time, I don't want to take forever. Okay, we're going to drop our speed back to a little over SCM speed. And this is where things start getting challenging. Because it is nighttime. And it is very, very dark. And I really, really don't want to accidentally do something crazy like, I don't know, bounce on the ground. At speed. Now, if it were daylight, things would be a lot easier. Sadly, however, it is not daylight. And also, sadly, we are getting way too close to the ground, so I'm cutting my speed down. And we're going to see if I can see anything that might give me a helping hand as to where Clovis's satellite might be. Oh, is that smoke? It could be smoke. Let's move in that direction a little bit and see what we can find. I'm hoping it's smoke and not, you know, hallucination. Oh, what's this? Oh, no, that's nothing. I thought I saw something on my screen there, but it's actually a scratch on my monitor, so that doesn't really help. You know, this is going to be more challenging than I thought it was. What? Yeah, it's going to be more challenging than I thought it was. Because I was kind of hoping that there would be visual indicators, shall we say. Oh, I suppose I could always use a scanner. Yeah, that ping doesn't seem to have done any good. Well, those Hurston guys are sure going to have no problem finding that satellite first at this rate. Okay, let's get a little lower to the ground. Oh, well, that's half my problem too. Apparently, the last radar contact was above the ground. No wonder I'm having problems. So I'm descending. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. How is that? How is that? Mm-hmm.
Landing gear down. Landing successful.
Okay, we'll kill the engines.
Engines off.
And let's step outside, shall we? Take a look at this. I mean, we could have seen this in the daylight and it'd be pretty impressive, but it's so much more evocative at night. All this fire and sparks. It really is kind of awesome. Now, you'll notice we have an access panel here, but we can't actually do anything with it. Clearly, it must open up somewhere else. Let's get my headlamp on. And we can start investigating the wreckage to see if we can find out how to open up that access panel. Oh. What just happened? You know, I think I just got preempted by... Oh, okay. For a minute there, I thought I was falling through the planet or something. Let's jump off that rock, shall we? That could have gone horribly wrong in all kinds of entertaining ways. Fire, fire everywhere. Now, so far, we are succeeding in being unsuccessful. I've always had a way with words. So far, we are not finding anything that will allow me to access the access panel. So what I need to do is somehow get into the guts of the satellite. The key word being somehow, because it's not immediately obvious. Although this looks like it's promising. Well, promising is not exactly a guarantee. Whoops. No, that was not right. Ah, almost. Almost. I want to make full disclosure here. I suck at Mario Brothers, so you cannot expect much out of me on this kind of thing. On the bright side, I'm not breaking my legs. Now, I feel compelled to mention that not all of Clovis's missions are like this. Some of them have a different way of getting inside. So, if you take a Clovis mission and you're watching this stream and thinking, oh, this is how you do it, I feel compelled to mention, no, it is not. In fact, I can say that it's pretty much the wrong way to do the mission, because clearly, if I were any good at this, I would be having more success. There we go. Okay, we're up top. Can I actually do anything now that I'm up top? So far, the answer seems to be, nah. Well, you know, it sounded like a good idea at the time. Now, this does look like an area that I could do a jump from. Oh, but that looks like it'd be better. I don't know if I can get there, though. Let's find out. Oh, careful, careful. Ah, no. I would like to jump on this arm, because I think it will get me closer into that. And I think that if I'm getting in there, I might be able to find the switch. I hope, at any rate. Step one, though, is I've got to manage to get on top of that arm, and I don't think... Oh, I made it. All right. So that leaves one more jump, which I can't afford to screw up. Did I mention I hate Mario Brothers? I still hate it. Because I gotta make this jump across the way onto that ramp. Go ahead. What do you think the odds are of me making that jump? If you said slim to none, you're probably right. But I made it. Now watch, I'm going to go look around in here and there's going to be nothing I can actually interact with because it's probably completely not where I'm supposed to go. On the other hand, that beeping noise sure implies to me that there's something. It's toying with me. It's practically screaming, "This is where you want to do it." But I have no idea where it might be. Sure feels like it ought to be somewhere, doesn't it? Well, the plan has developed a wrinkle. I've made impossible jumps to get me to this point. And it turns out, maybe there isn't anything at this point for me to do. Stupid satellite designers. If they'd done everything right in the first place, I wouldn't have to do this job. Okay, well, I think we've exhausted the possibilities on that, didn't we? Okay. Can I get out of here without killing myself? Yes, I can. No. This is doing a marvelous job on concealing. Oh, I see we've got daylight out now. Doing a marvelous job on concealing exactly what I need to interact with. I feel like that something in there is what I need to hit to open up the access panel over here. On the bright side, now that there's daylight out, it will be a lot easier to see everything. The access panel is supposedly here. You got it. It's not opening here. It has to be opened from something else. That means there has to be an interface, a switch, something or other that can do the job. The only problem is we have not located where said access panel might be. The only thing we've got going for us here is a strong suspicion that there's a switch somewhere in this part of the unit. That's all we've got to go on. I'm going to jump onto here. Jumped onto here. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything on here. It was worth a try, though. And then from here, we made our leap of faith onto here. You know, this was a lot easier the second time. So the only thing that I'm really sure of is that somewhere in here, there's something I can interact with. But that's where things start falling down, because well, I think that's the light involved, and it's not helping. So at this point, I must confess that I have no idea where the access for that panel is. I mean, surely they would not have such a crazy jumping game to get into here if there was nothing in here to use. But there's nothing coming up on my interaction here. Just a constant beeping, annoying noise that is driving people more or less insane. Okay, let's get back out of here. That access panel does not seem to have anything that wants to have involve itself with me whatsoever. Still, I'm willing to try one more thing. Huh. Okay, let's try the other thing. No, that doesn't seem to have helped. So the Han Solo methodology will not help here either. Well, I'm stumped, unless there's a panel over here. That would be embarrassing. No, nothing over here. And I've already looked over here, but look again. No, nothing on here. And we've already done the big rotation around here. No, we have completely failed to locate however that opens up. That's mildly depressing. There's one more thing I can try, but yeah, one more thing. Let's try it out. On some of Clovis's stuff, you could access it by going to the top of that part of that satellite. But the problem is that getting up there is almost impossible. So it might require something that's a little more finesse. And incidentally is the reason why I wanted to use a ship that had a ramp. We're going to go on top of one of these structures. Now, I don't think I can get in there, so it's going to be on top of the cylinder up here. Let's open up the exterior. Let's redo my angle of approach a little. Straighten up. Good enough. Now, hopefully, it will not be so windy that it will blow my ship away, which is a very real possibility. There's those extra large fuel tanks I mentioned earlier. Alright, now, I admit this looks bad. Yeah, it would have been really embarrassing if it turned out that the ship was on top of where I needed to actually go. But no, I think we're safe there. Unfortunately, what I'm not seeing is anything that's obvious as a button or a switch or something like that. Unless it's down in here. No, I'm not even falling down it. Okay, well, you know what? I think we might have to give that one up as lost. Uh-oh, I just made a big boo-boo. I just made a big boo-boo. I've jumped off the thing that I needed a ship to get on top of. Guess what the important missing part is now? The ship. Well, at moments like this, there's not a whole lot you can do. It's not like I can find the switch anyway, so we're going to have to call this a bust. Somewhere along the line, I'm sure someone's got a YouTube video or something that has everything you need to know about how to do this. But I don't have that right now. So this feels like a good place to wrap things up. We're after the 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern hour, so this feels like a natural stopping point. I hope you've enjoyed today's stream, whether you watched it live or if you showed up watching it on YouTube or Twitch's video on demand. I will be back next week, more Star Citizen, Saturday, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern to approximately 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern. If certain individuals have their way, I'll be flying a Drake ship, but don't count on it. I also stream Star Trek Online Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern to approximately 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Thank you all for watching. I'm glad you stopped by. Hope you were entertained. and I will see you next time. This is Korith Landwalker, signing off.